All right, here we go. Hello, everyone. Assuming that this is up and running. This is today's episode of Trackside without Tom, you could say. I am your former co-host, now temporary host, Noah Bolte, and I am here with Patrick Shea and my brother Sam Bolte. So say hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are.
And so I guess right off the bat, we have Bellevue here, Second Street Station. And we're just gonna take a quick peek at some nighttime action that came through the CP here today. Nothing too interesting on this train to start off, but I just figured that it's here. We're gonna go chronologically, but we're not gonna run the whole train through, right? Because it's just your average crude oil, and no one wants to see the whole thing. But there is a DPU, so we're gonna jump forward just a bit and take a look at that.
And we have an eastbound coming into Plaine right now.
Oh,
So,
like you hear the gates and stuff?
Well, I'm just looking at the board and I don't hear the gates, but just clear up 119.
All right.
It should be coming. So yeah, run this power by and then we can go to Plaine.
Speaking of, can someone check the live chat or the live stream just to make sure we are all coming in clear? Because this is my first time hosting, and I want to make sure I'm not screwing anything up right now.
It looks like there's people here. Can
everyone hear us?
You guys?
I mean, I'm asking the.
Us.
Okay.
I know, but I'm making sure. You know, maybe they don't know if we're talking. Okay, I can hear ourselves on the chat. So.
All right,
yeah,
that works. That's all I needed to know.
Okay, we got. Okay, let's move over to Plaine.
All right. 1 second then. Where is Plaine? Oh, here we go. And yes, I will make the rest of the the rest of the live streams full windowed. I just didn't. I wanted to make sure everyone could hear us before I settled in here, right? And I opened the wrong link. All right, that is wonderful.
That's cool. Let's see.
You're doing fine, Evan. Or not Evan, say it.
There goes
Whatever
the
your name is,
detector.
Noah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Noah. We got okay, nothing around Nina. That's great. It's checking all sorts of places. We'll check Superior.
So you said the UP's coming right now.
The UP's coming right now. Yep. Oh, we got a southbound CN at JO, so we'll have that coming through on the Stevens Point cam in probably like 10-15 minutes.
All right.
We got Plaine coming. Who knows what this is? I'm gonna guess it's an intermodal, but we'll see.
Well,
and then we got another one. Right?
Shortly.
We got 3 eastbounds coming in a row here. We have one just cleared 119, one right behind it, and another approaching Tama. So we have 3 in a row. Sounds
all
like
right.
an ace. First gen ace or K5LA.
Yeah, I hear that.
So that's nice.
It's actually a pretty decent sounding ace for once. You know,
Yes.
so many of the other ones are like fouled.
Actually, let's see. Is this gonna be AIMCH? Is that what it is? Let's see. There we go. Oh. Dang. Oh, okay. Intermodal. Okay, I was right.
I was thinking this
Okay.
this might be the, you know, mid-afternoon Z that typically comes through this area just around now. We were talking about this train.
Okay.
We were actually talking about this train last night.
Yeah. Okay, I can actually tell the numbers, so that's good. Oh, we got a train rolling to Griffith right now. Let's see what that is.
Oh, okay. Is that worth leaving this
Yeah,
over?
that's interesting. It's ICs, so I guess so.
Okay. Oh, well,
Wow,
okay.
IC's going through Griffith.
That does answer my question. Let's head on over then.
And the last tank car just went by.
At Griffith.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, we will roll it back just a couple minutes here and see if we can grab that power on the front.
Gates going up. There we go. It's loading, right? There we go. Okay.
Not sure why all that USB noise is happening, but all right, let's
Yeah, that was
hop back
weird, but
3 minutes here. Whoa.
excuse me. How is everyone doing today? Oh, hi, Giles.
Giles is in the chat.
He's stealing my way. Oh yeah, we're taking over. We're hijacking Tom's.
Well, that's terrifying.
Dreams right now. Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, there it is. Let's see. Check.
1032, our fan favorite, 1010, and one of the various transfers between the different yards in Chicago. I'm sure someone in the live chat might have a better idea of what symbol we're looking at, but yeah, pretty typical stuff. Although that's not to discount, how cool it is, right? Because we've probably beat this point to death 100 times by now, but out here in Eastern Iowa, we don't really see the Death Star 70s anymore. So it's always nice to to know they're still kicking out there, right?
Yes.
So I think this audio might be a tad bit too loud. So again, any feedback as to volume levels here, that would be greatly appreciated. And I'm having Patrick and Sam look at the live chat for me, because unlike Tom, I do not have a dual monitor, so I'm not able to get that live feedback like he would. So Sam and Patrick are essentially my eyes and ears in terms of interacting with you guys right now.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that you didn't hijack Tom's setup?
Nope.
For this?
Yeah. No, I didn't.
No,
believe it or not, I did not run over to his house this morning, sneak in, and yeah, no, unfortunately not.
That wasn't the move.
Yeah, well, it might have been. It might have been, but looks like we're just getting our, decent variety of freight through here. Looks like we've got, for the most part, this train's just been tank cars, but and I see some hazardous placards on there, so I'm not sure what they're hauling exactly. But ooh, now those are kind of cool.
Well, instead of
what's that?
What's this? Oh, I'm just talking to myself. There was a quad set of M-2s through.
Gotcha. Well, no, but about those white tank cars, I don't recall exactly what they carry, but every once in a while you'll see, if not that same contents, you will see those types of tank cars on BN Clinton / I guess the 104 / Gal trains out of Barstow, Illinois. Now I know we don't have any webcams down there just yet, but if should that ever happen, then those trains might become a little bit more familiar names around here. But yeah, I just think they're cool cars, to be honest with you. And looks like that's our roll by on this transfer here. And let's see.
Well, if you go to 809, 30 seconds, you get more ICs. I guess that's cool. They're going the right way for the camera, so.
And just to make a point here, so initially Evan Weber was supposed to join us, but as time is going on here, it's looking like he's having some difficulties on his end. So he may or may not be He may or may not be joining us, but we will we'll hang in there and see if he ends up dropping in maybe halfway through, hopefully. So I'm gonna jump back to Bellevue if you don't have anything else to show us at Griffith here, Sam.
I can't find it.
Can't find what?
Yeah, 337. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, well, that is
I don't know when it went through.
I mean, among all the different trains that come through here, that's oddly specific.
Oh, I found it. Okay.
Okay. Well, let's go to it then.
Go to 956. Go to 956. 15 seconds.
All right, give me like 2 seconds here.
Literally all the Iowa division now is SSMEMs -2s.
What was that timestamp again? 9:56.
Yes. Oh, 956:15.
Well, we'll just get it to 9:56 here and call that good.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Let's see what we've got here.
Oh, we just had a power move at Griffith. Like,
Oh.
literally seconds ago.
As soon as we leave from the live feed, yeah.
Three Jeeps. Okay, that's another highlight. Jeez.
Let's see. So 1, 2, 3 ST70, 4 ST7. Wow. Okay. You know, for the railroad that everyone kind of says is becoming more BNSF-like in terms of their sheer quantity of GEVOs, that was you know, a pretty decent shakeup of things. I always like seeing that. So Sam, can you tell us a little bit about why you suspect this is 337?
Well, because it has all those ST70M-2s, and also they come through here every morning around this time. So
well, is there? I was more so trying to get at the point aside from the power, because that, I mean, isn't always necessarily an indication. I'm trying to figure out, like, consist-wise, are there any cars that stick out to you as, oh, that's going to Cedar Rapids, or oh, that's going to Sioux City or something? Is anything along those lines here?
Well, let's Connor Ingram Mills. I can easily see that in Cedar Rapids. You know, going to Cedar Rapids. Oh wait, well I have to go to current. Let's see. You know, these cars. I don't usually see them in Cedar Rapids. So hold up, your screen share is kind of lagging. Hold up.
Well, that's kind of a Facebook call for you, so I'm not too surprised. But right now, to give you an idea of what we're looking at, we're looking at CRGX tankers went by. We have some TILX now, smaller corn syrup ones. So there's a decent variety in tank cars that we're seeing right now. But you know, one of the staples of the CN in Iowa is just the mass amounts of tank cars and hoppers. And so far, if you're right about your theory of this being 337, so far it seems like it's checking a lot of boxes out. Now, you know, for those who are, I guess, dedicated and or interested enough, or awake at the time that it's gonna hit Dubuque, you know, this guy will be in town probably a lot later on tonight. So we'll see if the East Dubuque and Dubuque South cameras pick up a quad set of ST70M-2s, and we'll, you know, that'll kind of confirm whether or not this is what that was. What was that in Iowa Northern?
And then
4-bay just now. I mean, those the high boxes, the high cubes, and those 4-bay hoppers kind of look very indicative of Iowa stuff. But go ahead, Sam.
Those TTX cars, those are Iowa stuff.
Yeah.
It looks like CR traffic, maybe some of those.
It very well might be.
Yeah, if you go to 1209, 40 seconds, we have a power move.
All right, I will get to that once we are done rolling by this manifest.
Looks like we're gonna meet at Stevens Point soon.
Oh, well then
Just
we will.
southbound waiting just beyond the camera. There's nothing yet, but yeah, that would be something to look forward to. Trying to find other cams that we can look at. Maybe West Liberty. We can check that out.
This would be about the time slot that a train would come through.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, I'll check Carroll real quick.
No,
Just-
and speaking of,
I do have the timestamps for Amtrak. If we want to
okay,
check
you know
that
what?
out.
We can check out Amtrak after this.
Yeah, we'll do that after this, and we also will make a trek up to, regardless of this meet that might happen at Stevens Point soon here. We will make a trek up there anyway later on in the show today, because there was a pretty decent consist on what I believe was a 447. So we'll take a look at that soonish here. Checking to see any interesting things through Carroll. Not much. Nothing particularly interesting. Okay, I'll check the rest of Liberty now. Let's see. And there we go, with the end of what was most likely RM337. So, what was that timestamp for that power move?
12:09, 40
Okay.
seconds.
Well, I don't,
It doesn't look like the westbound's come through yet at the West Liberty, so I'll keep that up. And if I start hearing the horn, I will scream to change to that.
All right.
Let's see.
And we are
After
almost.
this, we'll check out Amtrak.
All right. So, through Griffith here, apparently. Now, I didn't see this highlight. Sam's the one who caught it just a bit ago. But apparently, a trio of Jeeps comes through here. So, we'll see what line that comes. Oh, it's on the J. All right.
Yep. Typical J stuff.
I guess so. Let's see what we're looking at here. That
Oh,
lead
wow.
unit is
Right? Oh, my
really
God.
smoking. What's that?
Oh, sorry. I just clicked on Trempealeau to see what's up, and there's a coke train going through right now.
Oh, all right. And we've
Lot of
got
good stuff running.
old GT Jeep, IC, and then a Canadian cab. So, pretty decent variety. And that, look at that blue smoke from the lead unit still lingering towards the diamond there. I mean, it still hasn't dissipated yet.
Yeah.
Look at that. Ugh. I mean, to us, the fans, it smells decent, to some extent. But I think to anyone else in the world, that would just probably not be the greatest thing to see, just in general.
Yeah. It's a fantastic smell, I gotta say.
It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I like the smell of diesel, all right? I mean, normally, I would say I do. If you're standing on top of a bridge and a train flies under you, it's kind of nostalgic. So where are we going for those Amtrak captures?
Yes.
So for Ottumwa, it would be 10:31.
All right, let's see if I can find the Ottumwa cam here, and we'll get that rolling. Why am I not able to find this here? I think I must have gone past it. See, I just wish YouTube had better organization of their live feeds, because for some reason they force all of the up-and-coming ones into the same category, and it just makes searching for things mildly cumbersome. But yeah, I do not see Ottumwa right. Oh, there it is. I looked over it twice now, probably 3 times.
Oh,
All right, let's see. What are we looking at? You said 10:19?
10. It was 10:31.
10:31. My bad.
Okay.
Let's hop on over there real quick. If this would load. Oh, and I forgot to say while we were in Griffith, thanks to the Griffith Historic Society for allowing us to be the host of their fairly new webcam, and so far, it seems like it's been a pretty decent success, and we've had a lot of good traffic and a lot of good feedback on it. So, really excited to have that on the channel.
Yeah.
We're looking at 10. I'm sorry, I already asked. What was the timestamp once again?
10:31.
All right.
Yeah.
I will hop back real quick here.
And then after this, we got another train that just hit the 117 detector at Belle Plaine.
All right. Let's see if we can get the. Oh wow, we just jumped right on it. All right.
Good. Good.
And what have we got here? Back-to-back P42s, as per usual.
Hi. Big Chicago guy. Bike guy Chicago there. Okay.
You're just now looking at the live chat again.
Amtrak stuff. Oh, not much is happening. Everyone enjoying the show so far? It's
no, but I actually
fun.
because I don't necessarily I wanted to try and get a view for myself, and I realized I had my phone beside me, so I pulled up the live chat and I saw him say he said hi way before I got on, so that's kind of I was making a little sarcastic jab at you just now, but yeah, so we have a timestamp at Mount Pleasant, correct? For Amtrak.
Yes.
All right, let's do that real quick, because even though we just saw roll by, it is a station stop, and that is in itself unique, because the coffee depot here that allowed us to host in Mount Pleasant, this is our only station stop camera besides Sedalia, so it's kind of nice to have at least one in state, right? But yeah, let's find that timestamp. So what are we looking at here in Mount Pleasant, Patrick?
We're looking at 11:28.
All right. 11:28. Oops, I jumped back way too far there.
We've got an eastbound rolling through Belle Plaine. Just looks like a standard manifest. PRNP, I believe.
Right.
Nothing interesting with power, but
All right, here we go.
Let's see.
Look like there's. I'm guessing all the passengers are down on the the platform west of the depot just a bit. That's why we can't see anyone just now.
Yeah, I would assume so.
And there we go.
We had a meeting at
Good afternoon, Trains of Minnesota.
So
how you doing?
We should be having a yes.
What's that, Sam?
Oh, I was just saying we had a meeting at Let's on the CP not too long ago, so we should be having a southbound going through Washington. I'll keep an eye on that.
All right.
Let's see.
All right, so that was our Amtrak roll by here. Did you have some timestamps lined up for us, Sam, or are we just gonna continue browsing about here?
I'd say we should go to Trempealeau and see that Coke train.
All right, let's.
Those are some of my personal favorites.
Okay, let's do that. Now, I actually, I liked the Coke trains a little bit more when they had those brown hoppers, open top ones.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, but yeah, no, I liked the look of them a little bit better back then. But the new shiny BNSF company cars they're using, you can't complain. It's still neat to see them.
Those are a favorite of mine. The new shiny ones. I've always
As
liked them because I remember a company coal train going through Mount Pleasant like whatever 14 years ago, like whatever, however long that was. But yeah, that's the first time I ever saw one. I've always liked them since.
that is oddly specific, but
we
I'm
got
not going to fault
it
you for
is
that.
it is, but yeah, we got 12, 17
All right,
for the timestamp.
that works. Let's see if we can actually get the.
I'll see if we have like maybe a war bonnet leaders through this morning. I'll check. We'd have to be lucky for that.
All right,
Let's see.
here we go. Eastbound loaded coke train, and there we go. Look at that. We got our CP power, and the reason we have that CP power on this train is because this comes from the CP interchange in Sweetwater, Montana, I believe. So I forgot the
Sweetwater, Montana. Yes.
what's that?
I said it is Sweetwater, Montana. Yes.
All right. Now I don't recall exactly what coke facility that these trains actually originate at, but it's I believe it's somewhere in Alberta or British Columbia. I do not remember exactly, but yeah, it's kind of a neat train because it's one of those cross-border unit trains. And in a bit here, when we shuffle back to Bellevue, we will see another cross-border unit train of the oil variety.
Ah, nice. And then at 7:30 for Trempolo, after this, we got a barge that we want to check out, maybe, for the barge fans out there.
That actually works out because I have that
Let's
timestamp set up here too. Ah,
Yep,
shoot.
so 7:30 for a barge.
I was gonna.
Let's see.
Speaking of barges, I was gonna show one at 019 this morning because they had their their searchlights on that kind of helped illuminate the river, and it was a neat view. But unfortunately, I believe we're past that timestamp now, so yeah, kind of missed out on that one. But it wasn't a train anyway, so no huge loss, right? All right,
Yeah,
so
still neat.
let's jump to 7:30 here then. Oops, I'm sorry, everyone. Give me 1 second here. Oh yeah, I saw this one. So the upbound barge on the Mississippi is racing the westbound manifest here on the BNSF. It's kind of neat.
I didn't even mean for it to be like that.
Oh well, that I actually went back to this timestamp, and there's one basically immediately after this train comes through. There's two others that we'll see. So we'll stay at this timestamp for a little while here.
Okey-dokey. Let's see. Checking out other cams in the area. Let's try and see if there's anything cool out there. Let's see. Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
Yes, Sam?
Just checking out cams here.
Oh, it sounded like, well, all right.
No, I haven't found anything yet. Well, what would be one that we haven't looked at in a while?
And there's our westbound.
Yes, it's racing. It's a pretty good race, actually.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Maybe we have something at Mills. I'll check out. Actually, no. I'll check out Manly. I'm gonna try and find.
I've already checked out
North.
Manly.
Has the northern gone by anytime?
Northbound. I haven't seen a southbound
Okay.
today, but if you feel like going and checking for that, go for it.
Sure, I'll find the northbound. It's always nice to have the northern.
Well, I have the
Um,
northbound timestamp here, so I'm saying you don't have to bother with that.
oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I meant by I've checked manually.
Okay, yeah. No southbounds. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see the southbound either. But once we roll this manifest by here in Trempolo, we'll hop forward about 10 minutes, maybe even less than that, and there is an eastbound that comes by, and immediately after the eastbound we get a westbound with the barge. Well, not necessarily a barge, but the towboat pushing the barges. We'll still kind of have that in frame as this is all going on, so it's kind of a neat little I don't know. It's a summarization of what you can expect to see here in Trempolo in the early morning, and honestly, that's kind of what makes this location so unique, and that's why it's kind of it'd be a great place to book a hotel room here at the Trempolo Hotel, and taking the morning beauty here, because I mean, look at the sky. You can't really
Yeah.
I don't think there's anywhere else around here where you can get this kind of you know, front porch view of just right down the street from the hotel. And there's a nice walkway there, plenty of plaques to look at, and we'll fast forward a little bit and just get a nice view of the towboat here. Hello, Michael. Welcome. Looks like we got an ADM slash Artco going upbound. Now, I don't have my, normally I have my little marine traffic app open so I can see what the names of everything are. But today I'm trying to keep an eye on the live chat now. So yeah, maybe if anyone else has a clue of what that might be, feel free to chime in. But we'll fast forward just, oh man, not even 10 minutes here, and we'll get another train. So let's hop forward. So way in the far background there on the right side of the screen, you can see that Artco towboat is still there, and coming to block its view immediately is this eastbound loaded grain train.
Oh yeah, I saw this one. It has the ace leading.
Yeah. So we got an ace, another Gevo, another ace, and you're pretty typical, especially for this time of year. Your typical eastbound grain train here. And we don't necessarily have to roll this whole thing by, but I think it would be beneficial to skip ahead, because there's a pseudo meet here. It's almost a meet. It's pretty close to one, and we'll watch that take place here. And you can still see in the background, I still see the pilot house of that towboat way. If you can see where my cursor is, way back there. So that's kind of neat to see.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
So yeah, I just an update on the Evans situation. It doesn't sound like he's going to be joining us today. So that's all right. We'll try and pick up the slack here.
That's unfortunate, but hopefully next time he
Yeah.
show up. Hopefully.
No, it's out of his control. But yeah, that's what I meant by pseudo meet. I mean, look how close that was. That was really close. And we got an H1 and an H2 on that westbound. Looks like an S train with all 40-foot containers. Nice. Lots of evergreen. Plenty of traffic for the Pacific Northwest, and eventually onward to Asia. So there's a lot of, we're kind of seeing a lot of rail and sail here today, you could say. We don't necessarily have to roll by this this whole stack train, but because if we have any other timestamps that anyone knows of, we can jump ahead and take a look.
I can't really find anything else on Trempolo that'd be interesting.
Well, not necessarily.
I have I have a southbound CP at Ottumwa at 11:28.
Oh, you know what?
Okay.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. Let's go and hop over there real quick.
Yeah.
What was that timestamp? 11:26?
11:28.
11:28. I don't know why I heard 2 minutes, exactly 2 minutes before what you said, but I'm not going to question it.
Close enough, am I right?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Nothing. Let's see, I'm trying to find maybe like a foreign leader on the UP. Maybe. Let's see. Anything I could easily find?
And hello, all
Nope.
the 24 people who are watching this borderline train wreck here. We appreciate you sticking around through this, you know, not exactly the busiest Friday afternoon here.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's not the typical show since Tom isn't here, but we're making.
Mm-hmm.
do,
I'm trying to get these guys out of their shells here. I'm being mean.
Stevens
Let's see.
North Mall just went by. I'll check that out. Stevens Point North now just went by.
All right, so let's see what
Where
that
the heck is
southbound.
that? Okay, let's see. Here we
Whoa! Hold on. What are we looking at here? So we got a CPAC 44, and then a CSX SC70 Mac. Where did that come from?
Oh, wow.
Oh, and you know,
That's
this
a good
was
question. I have no idea.
this was that same 576 that we saw earlier in the program at Bellevue. That is interesting. So they must have stopped and picked that up at Nahant then. I guess maybe that was for I haven't seen too many videos on the Rich Mountain stretch of KCS trackage down in Missouri, Arkansas, and Oklahoma, that area. But does anyone know if they use more than just 1x1 consists at that portion of the line? Yeah, I thought, see, because we saw it in Bellevue, we saw it with just one locomotive. So yeah, Trains of Minnesota, they must have just added that on at Nahant, and I'm wondering if I couldn't tell if it was online just because the sound wasn't coming in all the way for me. But if it was online, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that like preemptively to help with what would be coming up at once they reach Rich Mountain area. So interesting, very interesting. It looks like we got some maintenance of way that went by Stevens Point. So when we hop over there, maybe we'll do a quick roll by of that, because honestly, you know, in a lot of previous programs, we either just happen to fall outside of the maintenance windows, so that kind of good for us, right? Or we just neglect to show it. So yeah, maybe we'll give a roll by of some of that in a little bit here. Let's hop ahead and take a look at we'll roll the DPU by. It's just a brick, but you know what? We'll just do it for completionist's sake, right? And they are rolling extraordinarily slow. So let's let's hop ahead here a little bit and see if we can. There we go. So UP 40.
We got an eastbound.
What's that?
Ooh. I was just saying we got an eastbound going by Belle Plaine right now, very slowly. Starting.
Right.
Oh, it's a coal train. Ooh.
Well, you know what? If it's a slow coal
train,
train,
nice clean leader.
Okay, I was gonna say if it's a slow coal train with nothing noteworthy on it, we'll just completely skip out on that one. But if the leader is as clean as you claim it to be, we'll take a look real quick.
It's got all those nice UP company cars.
Yes, Trains of Minnesota. There was.
I would assume this is probably going.
Go ahead, Sam.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Trains of Minnesota. The 260. I saw that too. And we were actually going to jump to that on the Bellevue stream, but we've actually had. I say it hasn't been a busy morning, but we have had a few timestamps jump around to, but we'll go back to Bellevue and take a look at that. And 260 actually had a pretty decent consist on it, as you obviously saw in person. You know what, Eric? It could be. Maybe we'll run the whole thing by. I don't know. I don't see despite the company hoppers, trailing behind the locomotives and everything. I don't think anyone wants to see an entire coal train rolling by here. So we'll see. Let's see if I can hop ahead to it, because for some reason the
So it has a good horn.
all right.
That's a very nice horn.
It is trackside with the bolties, unfortunately, Michael. It really is.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. If it was a wacky horn, that's kind of unfortunate, because the two Yeah, yes, Michael. They do go down the KCS Pittsburgh and Huebner subs. The main point I was trying to get across was, with the SD70 Mac having been added at Nahant, did they do that preemptively to help them over the hill, right? Because I haven't seen many videos or pictures from down there with this oil train, so I don't know if they typically add another locomotive at KC or somewhere else along the way, but it'd just be interesting to find that out. In fact, after we go off the air here, I think I am going to I'm gonna go do a little investigating and see if I can find that out here. Let's
look at that older UP coal car. That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, they go to Valero in Port Arthur. That's correct. And the old oil trains that we used to see through Iowa on the CP were the 574 and 575s, and those ones went to somewhere near Baton Rouge. I believe there's a Shell facility on the southeast side of town, maybe one of the suburbs, and that's where those went. But for the most part, for the past 5+ years, we've had pretty consistent oil traffic through Iowa, which is always nice to see. Yeah, I would think so. I bet that's why they added that extra unit there in Nahant. So let's go back to Bellevue, because that will allow us to see that'll show us that 260 that Trains of Minnesota was discussing earlier. If we could get this loading here.
And I would assume that coal train is going to ADM, maybe in Cedar Rapids, or maybe ADM in Clinton. That's my guess.
It is possible. Those ones typically have the company Bethgons on board, yeah.
And there was no GPU, so that's what makes me think that.
Alrighty, so I actually have my own timestamps lined up here. So we're looking at 2:38 for that 260 in Bellevue. So let's see if I can find that just by scrubbing across the thumbnail here. Little preview images. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's hop back about 10 hours and full screen this puppy and see what we got. It sounds like we've got a westbound UP coming into Belle Plaine. Thank you, Eric. We might go take a look at that. If not, we'll continue checking out some of the CP things here, because I actually do have quite a few Canadian Pacific trains lined up here for today. So we had that AC-44, and then it was an RCO Jeep, if anyone caught that, with the beacon lights on the cap there. So that's kind of interesting. And then a couple other GEs, one CP, one BNSF. And,
nice.
It's your standard 260. You're going to get a good variety of just about everything. Petroleum products, sand, scrap guns, lumber, center beams, just about everything. Oh, false alarm. Nope, that's perfectly all right, Eric. It happens. Um, but yeah, no, we've got a pretty decent consist of freight here today. Looks like we got some open top hoppers here. Let's see. I'm assuming these are scrap or something of that nature. Although that third one, almost for the life of me, it kind of looks like a rock hopper. Because I know
It could be.
you know, further down south where aggregate traffic is a little more prevalent, so like Georgia, Texas, and whatnot, those are the exact same type of hoppers that they use in their aggregate trains down there. So I wonder. I don't know what that. If anyone has any clue what that might be hauling, feel free to chime in here. But I have no clue.
Yeah, look, I think it's rock.
It might be. I just don't know where that would be coming from. You know.
Quite maybe. I don't know. Maybe not.
And then we've got some potash hoppers here. You know what,
No.
Michael Richmond? I heard that exact same thing. I saw on a Flickr post. I don't remember who posted the picture, but yeah, they changed KCSH2 to M260, and that falls in line with if you have looked at the merger documents that were released. Oh, I don't know, 6 plus months ago. They're all public domain except for the redacted stuff, by the way. But you can I think there's links to it on Trains articles and wherever else. But if you look at that, detailed within their plan was that they want to combine 260 with the MKCSH trains, like permanently. So once this, if the merger goes through and everything, what was 260 and 261 that initially ended and originated in KC, that's going to be expanding their territory all the way down to Shreveport. So there's going to be a Shreveport to St. Paul manifest and vice versa, which, I mean, that's a pretty long haul distance. And, it's just nothing I ever would have expected to see in my lifetime. Like if you had told me, oh yeah, there's manifests that go from St. Paul to Shreveport, Louisiana, I would be, I kind of be laughing at you, but it's apparently going to happen. And like you said, they've already begun that renaming process. So that is just, to me, pretty fascinating to watch this whole pre-merger, activity unfold in front of us. Ballast cars, right? All right, so that must be what those open top hoppers were carrying there. So, let's see if that's the end of our trial. I was gonna say, if this continues going on, we've only got about less than 15 minutes left of the show here today, and I wanted to showcase a couple other interesting things we got on some of the webcams here. So again, thank you for to the Second Street Station and Restaurant for hosting the webcam. I'm not as good as Tom is remembering to do the advertisements, but I'm trying my best here. So let's see, westbound NS unit solo ethanol Grand Mound at 11. All right. You know what, Eric? We'll hop over to that after we roll by the head end power of this oil train here, and then we'll hop up to Guttenberg after this because there is something. It's a night shot, but it's definitely worth noting.
Yeah, I mean, at least Guttenberg is really good at night. I think like the best night cams are definitely like Bellevue, Guttenberg, and like Mount Pleasant.
Yep, I agree. I think Sedalia is pretty good at night too, and I also think that
oh yeah. Yep.
I think both Stevens Point and Neenah, in their own rights, are actually pretty good for night stuff. I mean, Stevens Point, it's a bit more obvious. You got the giant spotlight kind of shining on everything, but for Neenah, just the the ambience of light from just the city street helps it quite a bit. So there we go. There's our 577 heading north with KCS Tier 4 on the point and CP AC44 second out. So we're not going to roll by this whole thing, but there is a CSX DPU, and we'll hop over and see that real quick here. So,
we had a westbound unit ethanol past Grand Mound like an hour and a half ago with Menace Theater.
Yeah, that's what Eric just told us about.
Trying to find that. Yeah, I'm gonna try and find it here. Let's see what it was. I missed that somehow. Oh, here it is. Let's see.
And there's our DPU.
Yep. Standard NS-9.
That
Nice
is a.
horn.
Oh, you're talking about what? You said that as. You said that as we were rolling by the CSX DPU, and I'm like, are you looking at the right thing here? Yeah, that answers my question.
Yeah, I'm looking at this westbound.
Right.
It's probably at Watkins now. It looks like.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, so let's jump down to Guttenberg real quick here and take a look at that northbound that we had go through. Let me check my notes here. 136. So this was if anyone was paying attention to any of the Facebook groups last night, I don't remember the exact number of the locomotive, but the Every Child Matters Canadian Pacific locomotive, that bright orange one, it was leading 261 last night through southern and eastern Iowa. So, whoa! We just got on the live feed at Guttenberg, and here comes that oil train we just rolled by. That I did not.
Oh really?
I did not plan that at all. That worked out pretty.
Whoopsies.
Well then, that was comedic timing, Canadian Pacific. Thank you very much for thank you very much for borderline jump scaring me there. I was not prepared for that. And as you can see, compared to shows that we hosted, 2-3 weeks ago, the colors here at Guttenberg have really died off. So now most of those leaves have fallen, and we're getting into we're starting to get into stick and twig season up here in northeastern Iowa. Yeah, that was unexpected. I had no clue, but yeah, thank you, Michael. The 8757. That's what we're gonna be looking for here in just a moment. So let's see if we can. Oh, you know what? Look at that. I just happened to put my mouse down, and we got right to where we needed to be. Oops, I might have skipped ahead a little bit.
Funny occurrence there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Guttenberg's giving me good luck today, guys.
Yeah.
And this engine, to my understanding, this engine actually has a K5LA for some reason, which is kind of odd for a, CP locomotive.
That is kind of odd, but it does happen, I suppose.
Yeah, it does. So here we go. So we got 8757. Looks like an Eco. One of the KCS former BNSF-9s and another Eco heading north on our 261 here. Way early this morning. So this would have, for those in the town who aren't, who are prone to getting woken up to loud noises, this would have got the town up a little bit. Because it is a loud sounding horn. Like compared to, I don't know, I'm not used to hearing K5LAs on, Canadian Pacific stuff. That's normally more of a hallmark for Eastern roads like NS, CSX, and even KCS to some extent. Although a lot of theirs are third gens, which don't sound quite as nice in my humble opinion. But nonetheless, they do have it. Nevertheless, I'm sorry.
I do like those horns a lot.
Yeah, no, they are decent. They are decent. It is a decent consist. That's right, Eric. So you know what? Let's what should we see? Oh, that's right. I should have stayed on Ottumwa when I was there earlier because I saw a huge consist on not yesterday's 261 like we just rolled by, but this morning's 261. There was a huge consist that rolled by Ottumwa at 9:09 this morning, and let's take a look at that because there wasn't necessarily anything super interesting on it, but just the sheer number of locomotives on it alone was I think worth taking a look at.
Okay, you piqued my interest.
Well, good. That's my job. I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
You hear my little smug voice I just did there?
Let's see. Oh yeah.
All right, so we're looking for 909. So that would have been, about, here we go. Let's go to 3 hours and 46 minutes back. And that should land us in what we're looking for. We'll skip forward a little bit. And there they are, coming around the corner. So, not the most interesting leader when you can see plenty of BNSF on just about any other line in the area, but what's behind it, just, again, the number of locomotives. So we've got, that's our second, third, fourth, NS, fifth locomotive,
Wow.
sixth, 7, and 8. So we got an 8 locomotive consist here, all GEs from 3 different railroads. That's, you know, for 261 standards, that's quite a few locomotives, I'd say.
It is, yeah. Let me see.
And look, we got some smaller Procore tankers here. Really small ones.
Yeah, I like those Procore
I do
tankers.
too.
Those are
And then look at that. We've got some stuff fresh out of Albia at Relco. We've got, looks like locomotive. Well, it's not technically a locomotive anymore. If you call it that, you might get called out for being dumb. But
No,
we've got
brother.
the maintenance of way materials for what looks like additional stuff for the wheat spraying trains, or maybe something else. I know UP has a few different maintenance, I guess, trains that use that, whatever it's called. I don't even remember the identification on that. It's essentially, the interior is an SD40, but the controls themselves, I don't believe, need to be operated by a certified engineer. Like, it can just be anyone doing it. On the, I think the foreman, whoever's in charge of the maintenance project. Anyone who has any more insight on that, feel free to jump in on that. But yeah,
I believe that's right, yeah.
pretty interesting. So, let's hop over to, what did I want to show? We'll do Nina since it's right here. I do have a couple timestamps. Yeah, southbound at 7:36 this morning. I know everyone's been on an SD70M-2 high since they've been seemingly been going by all the various webcams, you know, multiple times a day here. So let's. Well, that volume is a little loud. We'll turn that down just a tad, and then. Oh, there we go. Is that really what you're looking for? Yes, it is. So here we go. Trio of SD70M-2s. And, again, I know I'm not as, I don't remember to, list out our host sites quite as frequently as Tom, but this location in particular is hosted by a private host. So thank you to them once again for this pretty awesome split view here. And I believe I think I've said this before, but it is our only real yard camera. So that alone is something worth noting. And it looks like on the tree on the right that it's still hanging on to some of its leaves. I see quite a few have fallen since the last time we checked out Nina on our last show, but still hanging in there. So, and then we've also got a northbound at 8:13, and this one, I believe, from what I was hearing from a bunch of other people, this would have been A447, I believe.
Okay. And of course, yeah, you need the G-core stuff for the mount equipment, but yeah. I think that's about it.
A bit forward.
Oh, nice school bus.
Yeah. So here's our A444, or what was suspected to be. We've got 100 Tier 4 on the front, and then one of the this giant handful of former city rails that CN has picked up. And right behind that, immediately behind that, actually, we got a little bit graffitied up, but for the most part, it's a pretty in decent shape Pan Am boxcar, which, you know, now that they're a fallen flag, that is very much a thing of the past. So, kind of neat to see that all the way up here.
Ooh, yeah.
And, you know, we are almost out of time here today. Even though it feels like it's been somewhat of a slow show, we've really been grinding through the hours here. But there is just one last thing that I would like to showcase here today. We're going to be looking at, let me check my notes. Okay, so I don't actually remember which one was which, but I have 2 timestamps for Stephen Point. So we're gonna jump to both of them.
Might as well at this point.
Yeah. So 136 is our first one. Let's see.
Oh.
And this is once again just like our other CN camera in Central Wisconsin. This is hosted by a private host. So thank you once again to them for allowing us to have this great vantage point, really. And it's the fact that I'm able to go back to 1:30 this morning to see this train here. It's not always something you can do on every camera, but this one has a great view of nighttime stuff. So I'm very thankful that this exists. 136. So you still need to go a little bit back.
Luckily, we're just gonna see this in time here.
Yeah.
It goes
I
away.
just keep overshooting this thing. I'm sorry, guys.
It would have been at like 11 hours ago and
Yep.
30 minutes.
I cannot get the right timestamp here. We're almost here. 136. Here we go. Unless it already went by. Because I believe it was, if this is the train I'm thinking of, it was a pretty short one. Unless I just inputted the wrong timestamp altogether, I don't know.
Hopefully we can find it here. Let's see.
I must have input the wrong timestamp because I cannot. My notes have failed me for once. That's embarrassing. Oh well.
How embarrassing.
Well, we'll jump ahead to the 422 one. Let's see, so we're at. Nope, that's not it. $422. There we go. All right, so here's our last roll by of the day. I think it's worth noting just because, one, we've got a foreign leader, which, while not impossible on this line, in fact, it can be pretty common at times. Just to see any foreign power leading up here is always kind of a treat, at least in my opinion. It's probably more normal to those who actually live here, but I like seeing it. I don't think we've actually seen, on any of the Trackside with Toms, I don't think we've ever seen a foreign leader on this line, so I think this might be the first time.
Yeah, I don't believe we have.
And then we've got a Ferromech second out. So we're not going to roll this whole autorack train by. It is extremely slow, and that would be tedious. But we are at our time of 1 p.m., actually 1:03. So thank you for everyone who tuned in. I know it wasn't our typical show, and we lost one of our co-hosts, which would have been Evan. But yeah, I think we saw some pretty interesting stuff today. So thanks to everyone for tuning in. Thanks to all of our camera hosts for allowing the cameras to be up. And I think that's about it for me. So Patrick and Sam, do you want to say goodbye here?
Goodbye, everyone.
Adios.
Hello, Jacob, popping in at the last second. And hello, Robert from West Virginia. Yeah, Tom is not on the show today, unfortunately, but he should be back.
Thank you, Barry. Yeah, we tried.
Oh, yes. Hi, Barry.
We tried.
Barry.